double team. Jonathan wraps it around the Flyers' boards. As Stevenson intercepts, and now we've got something going across the way.
Lapointe and Jonathan, and Rick got in the first good one, and Jonathan following up left and right, and has Lapointe off balance. Now Lapointe with another right. They both wear helmets. An uppercut by Lapointe as they're in a bear hug. Another one. Now he's got Jonathan's helmet off, and he's got the advantage. Jonathan trying to pull Lapointe down, and does, by getting the right leg up in the air in a wrestler's grip, and they fall down, and the fans roar here as that's the tantamount to victory in one of these battles.
I'll tell you one thing, Gene. I was talking with one of the Bruins officials before this game. He was talking about young Stanlock Jonathan. He says from the waist up, he is as big as any Bruin they have on their club. And right now we have Mel Bridgman and Rick Smith also hanging on.
And DuPont in the front of the Flyer net with Gary Doak are doing the arm wrestling.
With a squeeze on
Watch
him.
out. Doak and DuPont. And Bruce Hood, in order to cut this down quickly, might tell them, look, knock it off or game misconduct for delay of the game. Now everybody's gathered around in front of the Flyer net, and Wayne Stevenson is doing a Ken Dryden, and everybody else is piled in there. Finally, they're separated, and let's see if Broodhead wants to shake them off. Yes, I think he is. They're both going off as well. So we've got our first bit of fireworks at 3:19. Jonathan Lapointe, Doak, and DuPont, and we'll give you the penalties after. We remind you, 16:41 remaining in a scoreless first period.
Now picked up by Terry O'Reilly. He comes up high with a stiff arm in Bob Daly's face, and I think Mr. Daly took note of that number. Now it's Lonsbury trying to move out. He's broken up by Shepard. Here comes O'Reilly. O'Reilly dumped hard by a forearm thrown by Bob Daly.
DuPont in front of our net started right here. Moose gives him a shot. He gives it back one there. Schmott just misses Moose's face with the blade of his stick as he takes a swipe at him. And right there, Don, you've seen it over the years, and I have seen Bobby Schmott's one of the better stickmen in the league, and by that I mean by stick fighting. You know he's not going to drop his stick. There's no way he is.
You
and
mentioned
possibly
this the other night that rarely does he ever drop his stick.
And with Big Moose DuPont facing you, maybe discretion is a better part of valor, but anytime you use that stick, it doesn't take a whole lot of gumption to hold on a stick and start swinging with it at all.
O'Reilly battles Jim Watson for it. Now picked up by Jonathan. He's upended by Clark.
Harvey Bennett away on the left wing at center ice, surrounded by Bruin. And we're going to have a check against Milbury for charging Harvey Bennett. And after 139 minutes and 55 seconds, the Flyers get a power play.
Mike Milbury in the box for charging Harvey Bennett, and on the series 27 minutes for the rookie defenseman from Colgate University.
Flyers are 2 for 7 against the Bruins on the faceoff. Into the corner, bounces down behind Stevenson. Bob Kelly, rubbed out by Milbury. Rick Lapointe tries to shove it out. Blocked back to Bob Kelly. Kelly on the near side is elbowed by Milbury. Puck loose in front, a shot over the top of the net by McNabb as that forechecking set up a great chance by McNabb. Now the Flyers ice it as the Bruins are taking a run and digging into Philadelphia. Milbury touches up and play is called.
Here we go right now with Paul Holmgren and Terry O'Reilly, who wouldn't let go of each other, down in the far corner to the left of Wayne Stevenson. No punches thrown, just two big solid men holding on to each other, wrestling each other to the ice and getting up slowly, but neither one threw a punch, no damage done. Just testing their strength against each other to let them know who was the strongest. We have 11:10 remaining in the second period. We have a scoreless tie.
I've got to feel that Holmgren and O'Reilly have too much respect for each other to start anything unless they feel they have the upper hand.
Here's that check that Bob Kelly threw on Milbury, and that's a combination of a headlock and a flying mare.
Lonsbury on Holmgren. Flyers control Daly out to center ice. Daly from long range, and we have a Bruin down who seems hurt.
Jonathan got a stick right up in the eye, and it may have been on the follow-through of Bob Daly's stick, and he's holding that face, and of course you keep your fingers crossed that it isn't around the eyes. We've had too much of that this year.
I didn't quite follow that play at all. You know, I was watching the puck go up ice when Jonathan, he grabbed his face, and as you mentioned, it might be Big Bob Daly. Right there is where he's holding his face already, and I'm not sure just how Jonathan got that, but he went down in a hurry, held on to it. It's by the nose and the mouth.
Yeah, it looks the nose.
So thankfully it's not his eye. It's just underneath the nose. So he's up and moving again and all right. So as you said, Gene, there's no eye injuries. That's one thing that we've had enough of and we want to stay away from them.
Well, it's certainly something that can't be serious enough for him to go directly to the Bruin dressing room. Now the doctor over there takes a look, and they are going to take a further look, although he doesn't appear yet to be headed down the chute. They're just going to work on that nose on the far side.
Lets Rattel go to the net. Steph makes the save right there. Marcotte brings the puck back and just backhands it.
As Bruce Hood is letting everything go, they dig away at it. Barber. And finally, we get a whistle to stop play as 1 minute left in the game and could be in the series as Boston keeps the puck deep in the Flyers zone. Daly around to Clark on the far wing. Intercepted by Marcotte. He scores into an empty net. And with 47 seconds left, it would appear as though that goal there pretty much put it out of reach for the Flyers. It's Marcotte's second goal of the night, his fifth of the playoffs. And it gives Boston a 3-0 lead. 8 seconds are down to single numbers. Bladen to Selesky. Fans on a shot. 3 seconds, 2, 1. It's all over. The Bruins have eliminated the Flyers in 4 straight, but not before the Flyers left an indelible mark on every member of this Boston Hockey Club. This game, the lone game of the 4-game set, that was not a 1-goal victory for Boston. But this game remained scoreless until midway through the second period when Rattel scored. Then it was Marcotte a pair in the final period. And the traditional handshaking ceremony goes on down below us, with the exception of Jerry Cheevers, who never was one much for the pleasantries that normally go with this. And of course, the rest of the players going through the receiving line, as it were, man by man. John Wensink, Reg Leach, there's Dave Forbes and Gilbert, and of course, Leach followed by Bernie Parent, Bobby Schmatz. And it's a jubilant packed house here at the Garden, and understandably so. Well, the Flyers have had their days of glory. Boston has had theirs. And they're now on the right to face the winner of the other semifinal round. Final score, Boston 3, Flyers nothing.